in honor of the 4th of July, a surprising journey into the unexpected origins of this iconic American anthem. Irving Berlin performing "God Bless America" on the Ed Sullivan Show, May, 1968. It's one of Irving Berlin's most famous and beloved songs, and so iconic in this country as to resonate like a national anthem. But one which is more singable than our official one, and with more understandable lyrics. However, there is a unique aspect to this song which is hardly known and rarely mentioned. A key part of the melody is not entirely original to Berlin, and comes from an unlikely source. Whether his usage of it was intentional or not is uncertain. Much more on that to follow, but first some history. Irving Berlin was born Israel Baline in Russia in 1883. Everyone called him Izzy. He and his family came to America when he was 5 in 1888. When he was 18, like all Jews in showbiz, he Americanized his name so as to be included. But he never hid the fact that he was not born here, and the song is very much the true expression of his gratitude for his life in America. Unlike most songwriters then who wrote only lyrics or music, Berlin did both. From early on, he had an ingenious knack for writing songs. Even though his limitations as a musician were pronounced, he could only play in one key on piano. Which was not C, as some assume, but F-sharp. Years later he got a transposing piano, so he could change keys while staying in the same fingering, the black notes, essentially. Yet like all songwriters working within such a short form with only 12 tones of music, he mastered the art of transcending limitations, which is at the heart of this art. Even working only in one key, he could write every kind of song. Sometimes he'd write an approximation of a song. When ragtime became the radical craze of the day, as popularized by Scott Joplin and other black composers, Berlin got in on the fad by writing several hit songs with "ragtime" in their titles, although musically they weren't ragtime at all. Which didn't matter. They were hits, though, such as Alexander's Ragtime Band, the biggest of them all. It's true that a good many of his famous songs were written to be hits, but were not directly connected to the songwriter. Phillip Roth saw this as pure brilliance, and wrote that Berlin was the ultimate Jewish genius because he took the blood out of Easter, and made it about fashion in his song, Easter Parade, and took Christ out of Christmas and made it about snow. White Christmas. So while he had no real attachment to the idea of Easter or Christmas, his feelings about America were genuine. It gave him the life he could never have had in Russia. His understanding of the meaning of America to the huddled masses who came here for a better life was direct and real. He became not only a wealthy, successful man, he was famous and beloved. That truth, for which gratitude is expressed, is woven into the fabric of the song.